What's up, everybody? This is Dev6 Rehab, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. This is episode 2, and if you watched the episode 1, you will have probably noticed that I was not playing the game in full screen, and I have no idea why I did that. I don't think I noticed that. So, but yeah, I apologize for that. And if you did not watch, we left off at where I was about to write the poem, because I went home and had to write a frickin' poem for my new literature club with all these girls that I barely can remember what their voice was supposed to sound like. So, luckily I have my bottle of lemon water right here, so my throat will not give out like it just pretty much almost did last time. Alright, so let's get going. Let's make our poem! Hint! You can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. That is fantastic. I don't even care crap. So what is this? I don't know why they're jumping around and stuff. Okay, we're supposed to use keywords. Parfait? Okay. Pout, desire, I don't know. Let's see, contamination. Oh, I guess that makes some of them happy. I almost said hungry. Some of them happy and some of them upset, I guess. I don't know. Bouncy? Bouncy. I don't know. Lust. Oh my. Fester, grief, vitality. Raindrops. I gotta pick 20 words? Good lord. Eternity. Okay, apparently I made her happy. Kitty. Despise, time, aura. Aura! Oh boy, apparently the purple-head girl really likes me. Extraordinary. Okay. Awesome. Mouse? Mouse. Okay. Strawberry. I like strawberries. Infinite. Okay, I kinda got the scars. Oh. Okay, I'm kinda getting the gist of this. Captive? Hop. Infallible? Sure. Okay. Unstoppable. Special. Shiny. I knew that was gonna be. So if you say something cute, little girl, and if you say something dark, it's this girl, and if you say something boop? Okay. Spinning. Anxiety. Yeah, I knew that was her. Last one. Unending. Cool. I don't even know what I just did. Apparently I wrote some kind of crazy poem. Alright. Hi again, Big John. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha! Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can't read. Swear to God. But at least keep my word. But I at least keep my word. Jeez. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Big John. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. What was it? Oh yeah. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys! Big John always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? Hee. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Big John can become good friends too.
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh no, oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy.
I think her voice is so over the top.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind.
Alright, yeah.
Sarah made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation.
Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think about it.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Mana to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Water time. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. My voice is already destroyed. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Ah, crap.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. So, do I get more attention from her because my poem intrigued her more? That might be the case. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason.
Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experimental prison.
Oh boy.
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart.
Oh my. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
Haha!
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Big John?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants you to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you're related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The last thing I can do is listen. Or at least, sorry. At least I can do is listen. I don't know what he said. He said something like that. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
Ahaha. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Oh, excuse me. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with somebody.
I see. Well, just let me... just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Ooh, he's being flirty.
Alright.
Okay, water time. I open the book and start the prologue. Oh my gosh. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Yeah, I know, right? I kind of feel the same way when I was in school. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distraction, or distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Comforting. Holy crap. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Haha. I laugh stupidly when it says aha. I'm like, aha! Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Am I gonna, like, bang her or something? I feel like that's kind of coming. Haha! Play on words. Anyway, Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the side of the book. Other side of the book. That way I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips on her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it... I can't read. So I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side, and she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Big John? That's so funny. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone.
She interrupts.
I think it's about time we share today's poem with each other.
Oh boy, here we go.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah!
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that okay, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
I don't know why I gave her this voice. It's such a stupid voice. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. Getting tired of clicking on the mouse. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Water time! I'm gonna be drinking like this whole time. Ah. Okay, right though. Can you do space? Oh, I can do space.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? Share with? I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook, of course. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in the composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I don't know. Monica, I guess? Sure. I should start with Monica. Yes, sir, she seems so eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting into effort. Oh yeah, she was... I couldn't even remember which one Monica was in the first place, so I just picked one.
Hi, Big John! Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. First, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Ha ha! Don't worry, Big John. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Big John. I was going, in my head while reading it.
What does that mean?
It's really metamorphical.
Metamorphical? I don't even know what that means.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Yeah, probably. That's way... It always counts when I put in some effort. Oh, that way. Jeez. That way, it always counts when I put in for some effort.
That's not very fair.
I shouldn't be doing this so late at night. I can't even freaking read.
Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sierra, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to deserve their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances.
I think her voice is hard to do for a long time.
It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn to try new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ha ha ha!
Psst. Ha ha. That wasn't even funny. Why did we laugh?
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Ugh.
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
Good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh my. Hole in wall. Hole in wall? Not hole in the wall, it's just hole in wall? Okay. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. Is that what that said? Protrudes? I can't even read her writing. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. What the crap is she talking about? Oh, okay. I was like, how do I scroll down? Obviously. Where was I? Too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Good lord. That was it? Holy crap, that was creepy.
So what do you think?
It was really creepy. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. It's gonna give me nightmares. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It wouldn't... I push space and it wouldn't go. Yeah,
that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays.
that's a style?
That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one? Were you, like, locked in a closet or something?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly.
Okay.
Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway.
Oh god, she's gonna be weird.
Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down to paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
Okay.
So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Huh, that was weird. Ugh. Alright, who should I show my poem to next? I guess, who the heck was I talking to before? Yuri? Or no, she's the little cute one, isn't she? No, it is Yuri. Yeah, it is. Jesus, I can't remember anyone. Alright, Yuri, you're gonna love this mine because you're crazy. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going
to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Eh.
Why are they all like, eh? Why do they always say that?
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Her voice is a lot easier than doing the other girls. That other girl's voice is like crushing my vocal cords.
Aha, aha.
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poems before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I can learn to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together.
What the crap are you talking about?
The end result is that both the styles and the expressiveness are weakened.
What? Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Excuse me.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes in practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ah, drink of water. Holy cow, it's really, short. Oh, I'm almost out of water. Ghost under the light. Oh, God. The tendrils. I was afraid it was going to say tendrils for a second, but it says tendrils, so we're okay. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green... What? Blue-green hue of the future. Oh, that's what it was. I bathe, calmly, Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. That was interesting.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking about that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Who?
Who? What does that mean?
Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Big John.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. You just said I took a long time to read it. Jeez, will you make up your mind? But remember, that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort and unable to go to the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
Jeez. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know... I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Big John.
That sounds funny. Me too. Okay, water. So much reading. I'm gonna do Natsuki, because she has a Irish boy voice for some reason. And her voice is funny to do. And I'm losing mine, so you know.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotion.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Do you want to get smacked?
Oh, jeez. I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine.
Is this supposed to be Irish?
Laddie? Not that you like it.
Eagles can fly. Oh my gosh, it's like a second grader wrote this. I love it. Eagles can fly. I guess that's the title. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Oh my gosh, that was funny. I loved it. That was the best. That was so blunt. It was great.
Yeah? I told you that you weren't going to like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simply writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro!
I think I'm messing up the voice now.
I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I feel like I'm getting lightheaded from doing her voice. Sayori! Which should I show my poem to? Well, there's only the crazy girl, that's my friend. That's actually probably the most attractive one. Anyway. Sayori!
This is a good poem, Big John! Are you sure it's your first time?
This is your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I kind of guy who would be... Oh, am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me.
Excuse me.
Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really a part of a club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like you said before, Big John. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah! And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glare through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepies from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad, I wanted breakfast. Huh, interesting. Sayori? This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to say a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes you feel a little bit better about yourself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Oh yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put this? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah.
But next time,
But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Ugh. My gosh. Phew. I guess it's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. I'm out of water. Dang it. Oh well. I'll get it in a second. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. There we go. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Furrow? I don't even know what that word means. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Oh, whoops. Voice.
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing! Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Whoops. I guess you... I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. It's just me. It just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Humph. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Big John did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon.
Ugh.
Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Big John liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Big John appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew size bigger as soon as Big John started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve...
Nat and Yuri.
This doesn't involve you! I didn't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was just standing there.
Big John, she's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true! She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Big John.
Wait, there's a reason I have so many demon expressed words in my language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not the only necessary limit in yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Big John?
Wow! How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Help me, Sayori? We'll go with that. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, dying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri... but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making our friends feel like this?
Big John!
Well, that's her problem now, isn't it? This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to inject your own feelings over a conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori needs or wants to tell Yuri about stuck-up jerks she's been. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? You're listening to yourself. That is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes...
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems are amazing. You got the feelings with a few words. That's how you're supposed to make, because my paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. That's so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's skill, there's nothing wrong with that, and Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Oh my. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing.
So this is why Sayori is vice president.
I was supposed to say that. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Ah!
Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess it just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Why? Excuse me. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance to talk to her a little more.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Big John, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome! In that case, we'll all do the same thing tomorrow! And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too! So your poems will turn out even better!
I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Oh god. Yeah, I get to choose somebody, that's exciting. I nod to myself with a newfound determination.
Big John! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Hee hee!
Sayori beams at me. Beams? It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No! That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Or of you, I don't know what it said.
Phew! You know, Big John, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Eee. Every day is going to be so much fun.
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay!
Yeah. Let's do this. Holy cow. Oh, I gotta write another poem. Okay, I'm totally done. I might. Hope I can talk tomorrow. Yeah, my voice is kind of like leaving me. Alright, well that was fun. If you liked what you saw, go and leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you want. And we will do episode 3 tomorrow. So if you want to join, or... yeah, well I'm gonna make it tomorrow, so you'll probably end up seeing it tomorrow morning, I guess. I don't know, whenever. Alright, well you'll see it sometime tomorrow. So, alright, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.